Good Monday evening, Southeast Texas. Welcome to 12 News Plus. We're going to take a detailed look at your forecast over the next 15 minutes. Yes, another weather impact alert for tonight, and we're going to do it again this weekend because of temperature rather than the potential for freezing precipitation. We'll talk more about that in just a second, but right now we're looking at clear skies here in Beaumont. Mid-County Plumbing, part of the Roofing at 911 Skycam Network. Provided that skies stay clear tonight, will lead us to a very cold night across Southeast Texas. Those clouds come in, it's going to be warmer than what I think. Otherwise, modeling's not doing a good job as far as the clouds. So the clouds could spoil or brighten our forecast. I'll show you that in just a second. Regardless, it's going to be another cold day, but warmer on your Tuesday than warmer than today. We'll see a slow warm up, and we could get to near 60 by Thursday afternoon as the dry weather persists, but each morning right on through Thursday morning we'll have freezing low temperatures. Another Arctic cold front comes in on Friday, maybe an isolated shower, and then a very cold, dry weekend is anticipated as we head on into Saturday and Sunday. So a weather impact alert scheduled for tonight into Tuesday morning until about 9 a.m. as we expect low temperatures to get into maybe as cold as the mid to upper teens in the lakes and the upper teens to mid 20s in the triangle. This is going to be a hard, long duration freeze. It's going to be lasting lots of time, lots of hours, and it could be as much as 10 to 18 hours below freezing. So again, people, be careful with heating your homes. Bring the pets in, take care of your pipes, either turn the water off or drip, and then either cover or bring in your plants. Otherwise, don't forget the antifreeze as far as your vehicle. Otherwise, as you can see, northern Jasper, Tyler, and Newton County, that is the lakes area. You could see low temperatures well into the teens, and that translates to 16 to 18 hours of freezing low temperatures. Inland Southeast Texas, that's Hardin County, southern Jasper, southern Newton counties, Silsbee, Lumberton, back over to Buna, 12 to 16 hours of freezing temperatures in the triangle. That's Beaumont, Orange, Port Arthur, Mid-County, Winnie. 8 to 12 hours of freezing low temperatures are possible as long as the clouds do not move on in back from the north. I'll show you that in just a second. I'm going to show you the coldest. Could get as cold as 14 to 16 degrees up in the lakes, upper teens to lower and middle 20s here in the triangle. So normally we should see 64. Now as we head on in to say Thursday, that 64 goes to 65 is our normal high. So we are many, many degrees. We're closer on Thursday. We're 4 degrees below normal on Thursday, and we're back into the cold stuff coming up Saturday and Sunday. Almost 20 degrees, 22 degrees colder than normal on Saturday. So roughly anywhere between, let's say, 5 to about 20 degrees colder than normal every day through the next 7 days expected across Southeast Texas. The good news is that we're not expecting any real rain or precipitation at this point. Maybe some sprinkles with the Arctic cold front coming in on Thursday morning. So we're watching cloudiness up towards the lakes area. You can see it right there, but still already down to 27 in Jasper. And as long as those clouds start to thin out, and we think they are, then we will see some awfully cold temperatures coming up tomorrow morning. Wind chill's not much of a factor tonight. In fact, the winds are expected to go calm by tomorrow morning. Plus, mostly clear skies will help the radiational cooling effect. What is radiational cooling? Well, we absorbed sun today. Sunlight helped warm us up into the 30s today. As the sun strikes the surface, it translates into heat. With calm winds and mostly clear skies, that heat, what little bit we got today, will be radiated into outer space, moving away from the surface. That drives the temperature down very effectively coming up tomorrow morning. So temperatures are warmer than what we saw this weekend, especially just yesterday, into the 20s and 30s, but it's going to be a cold morning tomorrow morning across the Lone Star State. You see all this milky haze up over towards the Texas Panhandle, North Texas. That's all snow on the ground right now. That's snowpack helping to produce some cold weather coming up overnight. And as you can see, the warmer lakes across East Texas, and it appears for the most part those clouds are trying to thin across East Texas, maybe not so much over towards central Louisiana, and that could help them. That blanket of cloud cover could help to keep temperatures up in this spot. It looks like they're trying to thin out across East Texas, and if that's the case, then we're on track to go down into the mid to maybe the upper and maybe middle 20s, or teens I should say, up in the lakes area. As long as they stay thin or north of this triangle, then it looks like the upper teens, maybe 19, 20 along I-10. Further south, obviously warmer towards the coast. But it just overall looks like a cold night as high pressure builds on in, and that will certainly cut the winds. And you're also seeing some high cloudiness coming in from the southwest. And we'll see that coming up tomorrow especially. So a lot less blue coming up tomorrow afternoon compared to what we saw this afternoon. And it's all due to this disturbance. You can see it over towards California. That's the next disturbance. And you can see it's already ramping up the subtropical jet into Texas. They kind of phase together, the northern jet and the southern jet over, we'll say, Arkansas. So this disturbance will bring us nothing more than cloud cover the way it looks right now. But you can already see the blue. That's moisture, high level and mid-level moisture increasing across Baja California, Mexico, and on into West Texas. And then again, that's what we're going to see tomorrow. So a lot less blue tomorrow afternoon across Southeast Texas. So modeling will show you this right now. It does not show those clouds up the area. So we're a little, it's a little bit of a dicey forecast about how low it will go up in the lakes area. Regardless, we do expect at least the upper teens up in the lakes area. Could be into the mid teens up in the lakes area, close to 20 into the low to mid 20s here in the triangle. After a cold start, the clouds will be on the increase coming up tomorrow afternoon. So I don't think we're going to get up to 50 degrees. I think we're going to stay into the 40s across the area, maybe the low to mid 40s. I'm going to go colder than this. You can see how the clouds thicken up across Southeast Texas tomorrow. So this may be very it's going to be colder than what we see right here. Otherwise, we're not expecting any cloud cover, any rain with this, but this will pass us coming through tomorrow night, and we will see skies clear on down as we head on in to say Wednesday morning. On the Gulf, a small craft advisory currently in effect, I believe. Otherwise, tomorrow, mostly smooth seas are expected around a foot, and we'll see northeast and southeast winds at 5 to 10 knots. Water temperature has taken a nosedive. It is down to 53 degrees. So our forecast tonight probably is the coldest that it could get if we stay mostly clear. If we do get more clouds, then it's going to be warmer than the 14, 15, 16 degrees up in the lakes here. Maybe the upper teens to lower 20s, and we'll go 19 to about 22, 23 with mostly clear skies. If the clouds, because modeling is not doing well, some models are saying what clouds, other models are saying we could see some of those clouds moving on in. And if the clouds do move on in, just don't know right now. We're going to have to watch this evening. I will change my forecast for tonight at 10 if I need to. But if the clouds do thicken up, then it's going to be warmer than that. Could be as much as 4 degrees warmer than what you see there here in the triangle. So we'll hope for the best. We certainly would like those clouds to come on in. Tomorrow we're going to go with the low to mid 40s for all of our area as skies become mostly cloudy coming up tomorrow afternoon. Light south wind's not going to help too much, but that cloud cover will help us to see at least a warmer morning as we head on into Wednesday. Still freezing though, even into Thursday morning, but back in to tonight and tomorrow morning. We're going to go with that weather impact alert until 9 a.m. Tuesday morning. As cold as the mid to upper teens and lower and middle 20s across the area. No precipitation. It's just take care of the people, pets, pipes, and plants. Please be careful warming your homes and take care of those pets. Otherwise, as you can see, dry weather through Thursday. We may get a sprinkle on Friday, but it is back to the freezer as we head on into Friday because that Arctic cold front comes through and the winds will increase coming up on Friday morning out of the north. And that moves through and we're left with lows back into the low to mid 20s Saturday morning, highs only in the upper 30s to around the lower 40s on Saturday. Sunday likely be in the upper teens and lower 20s again, the way it looks right now, and only into the mid to upper 40s on Sunday. And look at that, 60 looking pretty good right now as we head towards Monday. If you're just joining us, your weather impact alert will continue through tomorrow morning as we expect skies to be mainly clear, mostly clear. But if they're not, then it'll be warmer than what I think, and we could bust on that forecast. Regardless, weather impact alert overnight through tomorrow morning. Slowly rising temperatures are expected through Thursday, but still freezing. Low temperatures are expected each morning through Thursday morning. Another Arctic cold front comes in on Friday, and that means very cold, dry weather again coming up this weekend. And yes, you will have to drip your pipes once again coming up this weekend as we get another surge of Arctic air moving on in this weekend. Weather impact alert tonight and tomorrow morning. The clouds are playing havoc as far as our forecast, and if modeling is correct and we stay mostly cleared, then the mid to upper teens, a pretty good bet in the lakes area, upper teens to lower and middle 20s here in the triangle. That means a long duration hard freeze. Take care of the 4 Ps across southeast Texas. And as far as the freeze duration, how long is it going to be below freezing? Right now in the lakes area, do you know which county you live in? Because this forecast depends on your knowledge of where you live. If you don't, you should. Tyler, northern Jasper, and northern Newton counties, 16 to 18 hours below freezing. Hardin County, that is Hardin, Jasper, and all southern Jasper and southern Newton counties. That includes Buna, back over towards Lumberton, Silsbee. You could see 12 to 16 hours of below 32 degrees. And in the triangle, Jefferson, Orange, and Chambers County. That means Beaumont, Port Arthur, and Orange, Mid-County. LaBelle, back over towards Orangefield, Vidor. You're all in the triangle. 8 to 12 hours of freezing low temperatures coming up tomorrow morning. So if the clouds do not increase, and in fact we stay mostly clear, it could get anywhere between 14 and 16 degrees up in the lakes area and 19 to 22, 23 degrees here in the triangle. Normally we should see 64 every day through the next 7 days. We'll be well below normal, a little closer to normal coming up this Thursday ahead of an Arctic cold front. Then it's much colder, back into the freezer this weekend, and maybe by Monday of next week up to 60. So again, this is the real headache. We're watching cloudiness up and towards the lakes area. It's thin, and if these clouds decrease, then we think that there's a pretty good bet we're going to see some awfully cold temperatures coming up tomorrow morning across southeast Texas. And again, we expect those temperatures to gradually go on into the teens across portions of our area. Again, it depends on this cloud cover that is across central and eastern Texas. What happens with these clouds? The model's not doing really good because the air is very shallow. It means the cold air does not extend very high up into the atmosphere. It's at the surface, maybe up to about 1,200 feet, and above that temperatures actually rise. This is the cloud maker for tomorrow. We don't expect any rain coming out of California, but we will see less in the way of cloud cover across southeast Texas. Tonight could get in well into the teens across the inland portions of our area up towards the lakes area. We do expect a dry night and a dry day tomorrow as the clouds thicken up across the area. We're going to go with highs in the low to mid 40s tomorrow across southeast Texas. Tonight, though, as long as we stay mostly clear, then we could get anywhere between 14 to 16 lakes area, Silsbee, Buna, Lumberton, Kuntz, and Deweyville, 16 to 18, and into the upper teens to lower 20s here in the triangle. Then tomorrow, increasing cloudiness, a lot more gray, highs low to mid 40s across the area. And this weekend looking a lot colder, but as you can see, a freeze tonight, Wednesday morning, Thursday morning as those highs